Dogs, there's a fierce pride in the home-produced local team. The support for Rovers in this Yorkshire village is single-minded. Every shop in the main street will be closed tomorrow as the few residents left at home watch the game on television. Featherstone is an isolated mining community with two fixations, rugby league and coal. And if anything, rugby takes precedence. Even the winding gear at the local colliery is painted in the club colours. In fact, 13 of the Featherstone team work in the local pit. Success on the rugby league field is often the only chance to taste life away from the grime of the colliery.
The main thing is Featherstone there, and they've achieved something that every rugby league player wants to do, play at Wembley, and they've got there. So all they have to do is take the chance, and they have a 50-50 chance of winning.
The streets of Featherstone and neighbouring Charleston will be deserted tomorrow afternoon as the festival climax in the rugby season is reached. And probably the signal man on the main line level crossing in the middle of the village will be the only man.
This a really enjoyable Northern festival. The crowd in the great tradition of rugby league, respecting the occasion, and of course one of the great traditions of British sport, the singing of the cup final hymn. This always a homely occasion, and you may have seen how that's emphasised in the royal box by the choice of the chief guest today. The popular figure of the miners' leader, or former miners' leader, Lord Gormley of Ashton in Makerfield. Joe has been a follower of rugby league all his life. Also a consuming interest in racing, and settling back to enjoy a repeat singing of the final hymn. Winning, of course, is important, but not everything. The Hull supporters vastly outnumbering those of Featherstone, which is hardly surprising when you look at the difference between the city and of Hull and the small town of Featherstone. And part of the fairy story that surrounds the Rovers, the lovely name of their ground, Post Office Road. But they're no strangers to Wembley. They were here 10 years ago when they won the cup, and then here the following year when they were beaten. Very close association between the two clubs. In fact, two of the players today who are playing for Hull are former Featherstone players who were in their cup-winning side of 1973. It's Charlie Stone and Keith Bridges. Meanwhile, Featherstone can also boast, still in their ranks, a man who got a cup winner's medal 10 years ago, and playing at number 5 today will be Ken Kellett, left winger. The youngest player in the side, or on the pitch today, is 17 years old Alan Banks, who plays at stand-off for Featherstone Rovers. And another connection with the Rovers and Hull clubs is that his brother is not in the Hull team today, but is part of their squad. Team numbers being announced to the crowd, and one of the nice touches which made the Rugby League Challenge Cup final such a human occasion.
Skipping up and down, trying to relieve that tension. Hull, of course, very experienced side. Many players played here before for Hull or represented Great Britain, very experienced side. David Topless there with the ball, the captain just behind coach Arthur Bunting, looking resplendent in his suit. And Featherstone Rovers about to be led out by Bob Ashby, himself an ex-player for the club. Coming out, a huge deafening roar, ticker tape welcome for the State Express Challenge Cup 1983. And thankfully into glorious sunshine. We've had torrential rain all morning. Young Mascot there, Gary Kemble all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, Steve Evans, James Mulai. And Keith Bridges, 31-year-old, just having a last chew before he starts. And the unfortunate Terry Day at substitute. Tremendous support here for both sides. 30,000 from Hull, 10,000 from Featherstone. All urging their favourites on. Raining all morning, so that turf quite soft underneath, but beautiful sunshine now to grace the 1983 final. Terry Hudson on David Topless's right-hand side, the skipper for Featherstone Rovers. Key man in this Featherstone side. John Marsden with the beard. He may be a small wing man, but he certainly packs a punch when he gets near that line. Huge crowd, at last basking in the sunshine. Youngster Alan Banks, 17 years of age and playing in his first Wembley. And that pack of forwards for Featherstone Rovers, Hobbs, Hankins and Smith. They're going to have a lot of work to do this afternoon to keep into check these Hull's pacey backs. One or two of these players waving to their wives and girlfriends. And this, I think, very often the most unnerving occasion when you stand still and you begin to take stock of yourself, you look at your opposite number, and you really do begin to wonder, can you just pull off this win? Both teams about to be presented by the Rugby League dignitaries, and especially Lord Gormley, Ashton in Makerfield, as we've already heard, a lifelong fan of Rugby League, a big Wigan supporter. I know he's had a few nice words to say to Alec Murphy, my colleague, this afternoon about the rise of Wigan there. He's a good supporter. And alongside him, the Earl of Derby, the president of the Rugby League. Coming along, first of all, to the Featherstone side, and Chairman Bob Ashby, Terry Hudson, Joe Gormley, of course, a lot in common with this Featherstone side. We have 10 players who are probably all members of Joe's old miners' union. So I think there'll be a little touch of emotion there. I think he'll be rooting for Featherstone, although he didn't like to say so before the match. Peter Smith having a little trot up and down, a fast lad, number 13, playing it loose forward this afternoon. Bob Ashby filling Joe in on the background to one or two of the players. Mick Gibbons with the headband on, very big, strong miner. Steve Hankins. Most of this Featherstone pack preferring a headband to stop themselves getting cauliflower ears. Big ordeal for this Featherstone side. Only one, of course, ever played at Wembley. Ken Kellett, the wingman, was here in '73, but for all these players, a new experience. Lord Gormley, accompanied by Mr. Jack Grindrod, the chairman of the Rugby League. Featherstone, of course, very much the underdogs. 4-1 to take this cup as opposed to 5-1 on for Hull. But nevertheless, as we've seen before in the past at Wembley, underdogs have a habit of coming out on top. And across now to the Hull side, the glamour side of Rugby League. This side presented to Joe Gormley by Roy Ward-Biddy, the chairman. And all credit to that chairman. He's assembled this side from all over the world. No cost has been spared. When we think that 4 years ago, a crowd of only 807 watched one of Hull's games, and only the other week they had a crowd of 20,500. And there to watch people like this man, Stevie Norton. I think Joe's explaining how he passes the ball. Lee Crooks, 19 years of age. And his second row colleague, Paul Rose. Charlie Stone looking for his 5th medal. Keith Bridges, 31 years old, retired 15 months ago and brought back by Hull coach Arthur Bunting, especially for this game, this season. Joe Gormley obviously enjoying himself, and Trevor Skerritt there, very strong tackling Great Britain prop. Kevin Harkin, the only non-international in the side, but one of those men at scrum half who makes the internationals tick around him. Hull, of course, spent widely all over the world, and there is one in particular, Maori James Lulai, a man who can turn it on at any time. Some brilliant individual tries.
Stop there, or I
Sun broken through about 15 minutes ago to shine on this Wembley. And Gary Kemble, the last man in the Hull lineup, fullback, another New Zealander. And what a wonderful year for that youngster, that Hull mascot. He'll remember that all his life. Referee Robin Whitfield from Widnes, an ex-player himself. He knows something about this atmosphere. Gets through to the referee as much as the players. Many people don't realise that the referees are often the most nervous of them all. We welcome also Australian viewers who are with us, and they'll no doubt remember one or two of these players, like Stevie Norton from Manly in Sydney and Kevin Harkin in his Brisbane days. And David Copperfield, who entertained the crowd with, well, I know he shows 3 of a kind. He looks 2 of a kind there, the Featherstone and Hull shirts. And the line-up now as we await the national anthem. What a roar. The ceremonies are nearly over. And many of those fans who have been here since 9 and 10 o'clock this morning came down on special trains and special buses from the West Riding of Yorkshire and Humberside, eager to get going now. Featherstone Rovers, first to peel off. And their side, a shock selection at number 12. Tim Slatter, only 23 years of age, has been brought in for his tackling, I think, to counteract the whole pace on the outside. And coach Alan Agard has moved Steve Hankins up to prop. And what a selection for 17-year-old substitute number 14, Paul Nyman. Another 17-year-old there, Alan Banks. What an ordeal for him to mark the Great Britain skipper topless for Hull. But and there is youngster Alan Banks, only 17 years of age, only the second youngest player in the 54 years of the history of Wembley. He'll have nerves, but I think if he just gets on with his game, he can only do his best. And very often these youngsters have a habit of coming up trumps on these Wembley days. And number 9, Ray Hanscom, hooker, very, very good hooker. They're going to be a fascinating duel between him and his opposite number, Keith Bridges. And this whole side, star-studded, assembled side, all over the world, yet they've had a lot of problems with number 11, Paul Rose, the ex-Hull Kingston Rovers forward. He passed a fitness test yesterday on a bruised thigh and takes his place in the second row, alongside number 12, youngster Lee Crooks. And coach Arthur Bunting prefers number 3, Steve Evans, the pace, the skill of Evans, as opposed to the strength and the size of substitute Terry Day. And there is the man, number 6, the man that I think that all this Featherstone side fear. Last year's man of the match in the replay, winner of the Lance Todd Trophy with Wakefield in '79. He has few peers in this game, an experienced campaigner, and his pace and flair could be a decisive factor. Hull looking very relaxed to me, very experienced side. Keith Bridges, none more experienced than him, 31 years of age, hooker. As we said, brought back from retirement purely to get the ball. His scrummage figures in the semi-final won the game. And his colleague Charlie Stone played for Featherstone in '73 and '74. And what an experienced front row. Referee Robin Whitfield received some very good notices in the Australia v France Test Series in France. He refereed both those games. He was very highly thought of, I know, by some of the Australian players I spoke to, and he's rightly been deserved with the Challenge Cup final. Keith Bridges again, looking as if he wants to get going. Robin looking for that coin. Best of luck from Mr. Worth, his touch judge with the yellow flag. And it's Featherstone's Terry Hudson to kick off from right to left in the blue and white stripes, black shorts. Hull won the toss and elect to play from left to right on our screens. Come on, lads, says Terry, it's now or never. If any man's been responsible for Featherstone's tremendous cup run, that number 7 has. And Steve Quinn, Featherstone number 3 to kick off. And we're underway. 1983 Challenge Cup final, we're underway. Alec, do you think the heavy rain this morning will have any effect?
Well, I don't think it'll have any effect at all. The sun's shining and, you know, just listening to the national anthem, Ray, I've been here 4 or 5 times and I still get the tingling in the stomach when that's played. And I think some of these lads out there, for the first 5 or 10 minutes, will settle down. It'll be a bit slippy out there, and it's who makes mistakes in the early parts of the game and who settles down quickly like this one.
Well, already I think we can see Hull intending to move the ball about. Robin Whitfield not happy with that, not allowing the Hull player to play the ball. Yes, he indicates leaning on him. And Paul Prendeville to hopefully put Hull on the attack. Kick to touch. It's a good kick. Puts Hull on the attack just inside that 25. Keith Bridges to take the differential penalty. Skerritt. I think, as Alex said, one or two of these forwards will be testing each other out, getting a feel of the ball. Charlie Stone. Oh, that was a good tackle. Good tackle from number 8, Mick Gibbons. This is what this Featherstone side are famed for, the defence. Kevin Harkin. Norton. Topless. Rose. Oh, a good ball. Still going. Well taken by Steve Evans, coming round for it. Hull still on the attack. Charlie Stone to Norton. This is a test of Featherstone. Early pressure right from the beginning for Hull. But the 6th tackle. Featherstone, of course, got to look after that number 13, Stevie Norton. First scrum of the game, 5 yards from the Featherstone line. And it's Featherstone ball. Very sensibly bringing it away on the blind side, playing it careful. Terry Hudson will see a lot of this man at the acting half-back position, number 7, Terry Hudson. Short passes to his forwards, bringing them away in this 25. Hudson again. Oh, nice move. Paul Prendeville, Hull wingman in, very, very quick for that loose ball. Stone. Very much a sort of David and Goliath final this, but upsets have occurred. Steve Norton, topless, weaving, Harkin, but there's no way through at the moment. These blue and white shirts of Featherstone coming up very, very quickly. Well, I think an example there that he Hull side very much flat-footed. Skerritt. 6th tackle coming up. Attempted drop. No. Attempted drop from Lee Crooks, but a very, very poor attempt for Lee. But I think it was worth a go, Alec, after all that pressure.
Well, obviously what Lee Crooks wanted here is to put his side in front and just to settle him down a bit. But I'm very pleased with the way Hull have settled down. They've been here last year and they settled right down into the game, and they know an early score is very important. Featherstone will obviously want to get back into this game, so they'll just play the 6 tackles for the first 5 or 10 minutes and then move the ball out to the flanks.
Yes, an offside decision. Good decision from referee Whitfield. If we're going to see a very fast, wide-open game, it's up to referee Robin Whitfield there to keep them 10 yards apart. And Steve Quinn, prolific goal scorer for Featherstone, the record holder, to put to touch. So 5 minutes gone in this first half. Featherstone weathered the storm, and Quinn there just quite content to gain yardage. Mick Gibbons, very strong minor, 16 stones, now in his testimonial season. Another experienced prop, Steve Hanking, number 10. Agar, Looking for Tim Slatter, number 12. Well, he'll be glad to get a touch of this ball. Brought in yesterday as a shock inclusion. Terry Hudson likes to run with this ball, looking for support, but it wasn't there. Hull know they've really got to keep an eye on this man. Hobbs. Oh, well picked up by Smith. What a knock-on. Youngster there, 19 years of age. We should see a very intriguing hooking duel between these two sides. Both hookers, Bridges and Hanscom, are very, very experienced. Feeding. Of course, he can't go for goal in rugby league. All penalties at the scrum, except for foul play, differential penalties. You can take the tap or put to touch, and he does. So Steve Quinn puts Featherstone first on the attack. Many have said that this Featherstone are a Gower side, a forward side, but of all their tries, 12 of 14 have come through the backs. Oh, and here's one, Hobbs going for the line! And he's over! Well, what a surprise! The first time that Featherstone have gone into that 25, and that man David Hobbs has put them in the lead. Well, we know his reputation as a try scorer. He scored 21 last season, and here he is already.
Well, we say we have some strange things in rugby league, and this is the lad who's just scored the try. He's a very, very big lad, and he runs very short, near the line, and very, very quick.
Featherstone will be delighted at that. It's a difficult kick for Steve Quinn. Right out on the touchline. But he's got 94 to his credit already. And if he can put these 2 points over, what a way for Featherstone to start. Some height to it, but not the accuracy, just to the right of the post. But I don't think he'll be too upset at his team going into the lead by 3 points to 0. Well, Hull favourites at 5-1 on, and here we have the 4-1 underdogs, Featherstone, already taking a lead. Long kick. Nigel Barker bringing it away. He likes to attack this lad. 6 foot, 13 stone fullback. Takes some stopping when he gets going. And I think that's certainly put some metal into these Hull forwards. Rose and Crooks moving in fast. Hudson again. Smith. Featherstone, of course, came here in 67 and 73 as underdogs, and they proved everyone wrong. Are they going to do it today? Alan Banks. Hobbs. It's a long kick. It's making O'Hara go back. Good tackle from John Gilbert. Harkin. And I think that try suddenly shell-shocked this whole side. They look at 6s and 7s. There doesn't look much method about them at the moment. They're coming in 1s. I don't think they can quite believe the situation. Trevor Skerritt. Charlie Stone. These full forwards coming away with the ball, but lacking the half-backs to accompany them at the moment. Stevie Norton looking for support. Featherstone. Oh! Almost an interception from youngster number 12, Tim Slatter. Lee Crooks doing a sensible job there, slowing the game down whilst the team reform. Stone, and it's Featherstone again. David Hobbs picking it up. And certainly the 10,000 crowd from Featherstone getting behind them. Hudson again. Hull have got all the work cut out at the moment, Alec.
Just looking at Hull at this moment in time, they just looked a little bit flat-footed and a little bit knocked out of the stride, because Featherstone are dictating the play. They're bringing the forwards on short, and they're supporting this little fella, number 7, like David Hobbs, and they're driving nearer and nearer to this Hull line, and they've really got him under pressure.
Well, Tim Slatter nearly got there on his knees. Hudson again, attempted drop, but play on. Trevor Skerritt charged it down. That means 6 more tackles to Featherstone. Keeps the pressure on the Hull side. Hudson, Smith, Alan Banks. Oh, I think a little inexperience there from that standoff. Should have kept the ball going out wide. The pressure was on Hull. Here they are. Good tackle from skipper David Topless. Covering across field. There's a good standoff should. Hull's turn to absorb the pressure. Peter Smith, Ray Hanscom, 6th tackle coming up. Well, he's going on his own. What a yard. And certainly at the moment, this youngster number 12, Tim Slatter, doesn't seem to show any nerves. He was brought in as a shot choice by Alan Agar, but he's been well to the fore in these opening stages. Scrums level at the moment, and a vital scrum for Hull hooker Keith Bridges to take. Good foot up. Harry Kemble, O'Hara. Oh, good cover tackle again from John Gilbert, number 4. Stevie Norton. Here's one forward, number 13, creative, who can get Hull pack working. Trevor Skerritt. Stone. Paul Rose. Oh, big strong Paul Rose. He's had trouble with his thigh all week. We've had 2 or 3 tests on him during the week, but he seems fit. Topless, oh, nice break. This is the thing about this whole side. They may be underdogs at the moment, these early stages to Featherstone, but they have such individuals, such brilliant players, that suddenly any one of them, like this man Topless, can pluck a try from nowhere. Scrum down, just 10 yards inside the Featherstone half, and Featherstone scrum half. Terry Hudson to put the ball in. And he gets it. Peter Smith. Good example of being well covered by his opposite number 13, Stevie Norton. Terry Hudson to Hobbs. Oh, Alan Banks. Good, strong, nuggety type of standoff, this lad. He needs some knocking down. Play on. Still Featherstone's ball. Featherstone will be quite content to play out these 6 tackles, hold on to this ball. They're in the lead. 15 minutes gone, this first half still. 3 points to nil in their favour. Steve Hankin, well, 12 years in the game, this man Hankin, he'll run all day. David Hobbs. Gibbons. And Hull certainly having to do some tackling. Scrum's already 2-0 in Featherstone's favour. All thanks to that hooker there, Ray Hanscom. Many thought he'd have a difficult job against that very experienced and powerful front row for Hull of Skerritt, Bridges and Stone. Oh. Well, I think Kevin Harkin took a knock there accidentally. Terry Hudson, the Featherstone number 7, going for the ball, made a wild stab at it with his foot. Yes, showing concern for his opposite number. Ray Norris, the Hull physiotherapist, is having a look at him. I think that's an example, Alec, of how keen this man Hudson is.
Well, they say in rugby league 50-50 ball is anybody's ball, and that was a 50-50 ball because Kevin Harkin threw the ball in, it rebounded off the Hull pack, and Terry Hudson was in like a flash. He's a good professional, this lad, and I don't think there was anything intentional in that.
He doesn't look too good though at the moment.
Well, here we have now, here's Harkin throwing the ball in. Now just watch how quick it rebounds. Now, is he onside here? And just watch this. It looks bad, but I can assure you there was no harm meant in that.
Well, I think the whole team are showing considerable concern, and unfortunately it looks as though he's calling for a stretcher. He may have damaged his collarbone as he went down very, very heavily to the floor. And in fact, that may have done the damage rather more than the kick. Terry Day, we remember him, he scored one and he made one in the semi-final against Castleford. The whole doctor coming on to have a look. Stretcher. Well, this is sad to see for a player like Kevin Harkin, who all his life has longed to play at Wembley. Sadly to be stretchered off like this. But nevertheless, the game must go on, and Terry Day there is eager to get on.
Well, here we have it again, Harkin throwing the ball, and I've just watched it, it's the rebound what causes the problem here. He went for the ball, 50-50 ball, it might look late, but I can assure you, and it looks as though he might have caught him in the jaw with his boot. That was a sheer accident.
Well, what a shame, what a shame. The stoppage, of course, will be added on. The watch is stopped in rugby league at an injury like this. Well, I think he's moving, but a sad occasion. And let's hope he makes a speedy recovery. So a sad blow to Hull there, already 3 points to 0 down, and lost one of the linchpins of their side, Kevin Harkin, the man who sets those international backs going. Nevertheless, that man Terry Day is experienced as anybody, and we know full well from that semi-final against Castleford, a match winner. Referee and David Topless waiting for the stretcher to leave the field. Terry Day gone to the standoff position, and David Topless to the scrum half position. Well, that might restrict the speed of David Topless somewhat. And foot up. So Paul Prendeville once again to kick to touch, and I'm sure Hull will hopefully gain some respite from this. If any side needs to settle down, it's this whole side. Particularly after a stoppage of something like 4 minutes. Oh, and a good strong run from Featherstone. Charlie Stone, these two props, Skerritt and Stone, get through some work in an afternoon. Rose, Hull, I think, sensibly driving in their forwards, getting back into the game now, steadying themselves down, using these 6 tackles, absorbing the Featherstone defence. Steve Norton. Oh, good ball to Campbell. Oh, just couldn't get it away to his teammate Steve Evans. Topless, Norton, Crooks. Now Hull look to be coming with a 6 tackle. These Hull forwards, very, very powerful. Not only are they strong, they've got plenty of pace. A lot of try-scoring potential there in the second row, especially with Crooks and Rose, given the gap. And referee Whitfield not happy with the scrum. And it's Hull ball. Terry Day, first touch of the ball. Well tackled by number 13, Peter Smith. Steve Norton, topless again. And offside. Yes, get back, says Robin Whitfield. Offside, Mick Gibbons offside, so this looks a kickable position for youngster Lee Crooks. He hasn't been in such goal-kicking form of late, but nevertheless, very experienced goal kicker. Just inside that 25 and to the left of the post. Already put over 112 goals this season. A lot of pressure on this young 19-year-old. He's packed an awful lot into that 19 years already. A Great Britain Test player against Australia in this season's Test series. And if ever Hull needed points, they need them at this stage now. No, he misses it, so the score still remains. Featherstone 3, Hull 0. A vital goal to miss, Alec.
Well, is this going to be the sign of the times? Because Lee Crooks normally would backheel them kicks over. It'll be interesting to our friends in Australia that for the first time sand is being used at Wembley, which is quite common in Australia by people who kick goals. But he'll be expected to kick them, and all are expected to get back into this game as quickly as possible, because they certainly looked a little bit rattled.
Hull then looking rattled, but of course always having the potential, always having the star quality men to suddenly break away and register a try. Featherstone. But they're coming in ones at the moment, they're not backing each other up. Topless, now here's a chance, Paul Rose, seeing the gap. Oh, but well covered by Barry Banks. Norton, she's better to Topless. Oh, but a good tackle by number 8, Mick Gibbons for Featherstone. Stevie Norton again, weaving, moving around. He likes to sidestep off that right foot. But another scrum. Hull, of course, looking to be the first side in many years to win the Challenge Cup final and the Championship in the same season. Well, I think that was a glaring case of foot up. Differential penalty again. David Topless to take the tap. Stone driving in. Well, you see there, Charlie Stone driving in, and Hull forward stood 10 yards back. Norton, this is better. Oh, but a good tackle from Peter Smith, the Featherstone loose forward. What a fine game he's having. Lee Crooks. This whole crowd getting behind them now. 5 yards from the Featherstone line. Topless. Day. But we commented it before about this Featherstone tackling, and it's strong, it's sure. Norton to Lulai. 6 tackle, 2 yards from the line. Topless. Oh, he rounds him. But well in. Paul Prenderville, ball number 5, well tackled by John Marsden. Spotted that long ball coming out, and I don't think Paul Prenderville at Hull was expecting that. Featherstone look a lot sharper into the tackle, Alec.
Well, Featherstone look a lot sharper because they're knocking Hull down, and they look like bees, like honeypots. Really, they're knocking down, they're moving in, and these is what they've got to watch. Quick breaks like this with Lulai and Steve Evans. But still they get confused.
Well, they tied each other up there. I think Steve Evans saw the gap and then bottled it up himself, but it's Hull still on the attack. This is more like them. Stone. Oh, and a knock on. I think these knock-ons coming a little bit too much, running around off Steve Norton and David Topless. A little bit too many crisscross moves. But there's a stoppage in play. The touch judge obviously seen an off-the-ball incident with Terry Hudson and Topless. My word, David Topless looks like he's had a bang in the nose. The two captains, there's obviously not much love lost there. Keep your eye on him, Robin, says David Topless. And a penalty. Well, it's another chance, yes. Robin Whitfield indicating a punch from Terry Hudson. Obviously behind the referee's back. So yet again, that mound of sand. A lot of our goal kickers now in England using this method since the Australian touring squad board is over. So another chance for Lee Crooks. Another comparatively straightforward kick, just to the left of the post, just inside that 25-yard area. No, and he misses it again. Well, still Featherstone 3, Hull 0, but in all honesty, that boy Lee Crooks should have put Featherstone ahead with 2 penalties, but nevertheless, that's what Wembley's all about, nerves. Wembley's a tale of missed tries and missed goals and missed opportunities. Dane O'Hara. Charlie Stone. Stevie Norton looking to open out play to Crooks. Hull not quite getting this ball out to the backs. Norton's trying his best. Topless. Day. All well in from Campbell. Topless again. Lulai. But another good tackle. What tackle is this number 13 for Featherstone's putting in, Peter Smith? And he's there again. Stevie Norton. And another scrum, 6 tackle. I think one of the problems since the sad departure of Kevin Harkin, who thankfully he's not got anything broken, he's just suffering from concussion, is that David Topless has had to go to scrum half, and Hull might lack that pace and that flair. "30 minutes gone, Featherstone still clinging to that 3-0 lead. Another differential penalty to Featherstone. Referee Whitfield signalling that Keith Bridges, the Hull hooker, trying to handle the ball out. And very little running to do, Steve Quinn, but He's certainly making ground with these long, high kicks. That doesn't get there. Stone. Skerritt. He's certainly driving with all the forces, Skerritt and his compatriot Stone, but I really do think they should be moving this ball out. And a knock-on. Well, Hull look more nervous than Featherstone, Ali.
But you cannot believe that Hull are playing so badly. I've never seen them this season put so many balls down. Stevie Norton's running to the gap, but there's nobody in support, and if they're not following this fella, they're going to have a lot of problems, because Topless is going to be very restricted at scrum half, and Hull have got to move that ball out to the flanks. They've got a lot more pace, and at this moment they're just going in ones and twos without supporting the man.
Quinn yet again putting some height in it, and he gets it this time. Ray Hanscom. These Featherstone forwards will drive all day. This is often their style of play, keeping it close, working their way to the line. Tim Slatter. Terry Hudson. Hankin. Oh, he's got Banksmith. Oh, and a magnificent tackle from Gary Kemble. Well, Kemble certainly had to use all 6 foot of his frame there to tackle him, but he's got a penalty. Robin Whitfield on the spot said that Kemble wouldn't allow the Featherstone player to get up. Wanted to play that ball fast. The Hull covered up.
I don't think there's any doubt about this. This is a lovely break by Hankin here, and just watch this. Little Alan Banks, 17 years of age, up in support. Here comes Gary Kemble. Now just watch. Does he let him get up? Is he waiting for his men to get up? I think he is. He's just pulling him down, and Robin Whitfield right on the spot. Good decision.
Number 3. Stevie Quinn then. Again, a penalty similar to Crooks. He's a very prolific goal scorer for Featherstone. Holds the record with 163. Oh, and it's a beauty. Well, Steve Quinn certainly showed how to put that ball between the posts. And that takes Featherstone further out in the lead by 5 points to 0. And who would have thought that Hull, coming up to half-time, would have been trailing like that? Something seems to grip this Featherstone side whenever they play at Wembley. They seem to play above themselves. The whole town comes down to support them, and there's an infectious enthusiasm out there on that field between the crowd and the players. And Hull have certainly got to do something and recapture their form. Nigel Barker. Gibbons. Steve Hankin. Oh, good tackle from number 8, Trevor Skerritt. Peter Smith. Oh, and a nice pass to Hudson. What a knock-on. Well, a very well-intentioned pass from Terry Hudson, trying to get his forwards going. Number 7 for Featherstone, Terry Hudson, to put the ball in, already playing a big part in this lead. 5 minutes to half-time, but of course we should have 3 or 4 minutes for that sad exit of Kevin Harkin with concussion. And I think more than anything, The loss of Harkin at scrum half for Hull has certainly upset the rhythm and the flow of the side.
Well, at this moment, Ray, Hull are just producing nothing. They're just walking about the field. They seem a little bit out of step. David Topless doesn't know what's hit him at this scrum half job, and this could be very important in the end.
It might even be worth, you know, Alec, putting Terry Day at scrum half. He's a big, strong lad, the sort of lad who could possibly handle Hudson.
Well, scrum half, he only has to throw the ball in, but David Topless, to me, will certainly be wasted there. They've got to use his pace. Nobody's going to get the ball out to Lulai, and I can't see this little Alan Banks, the Featherstone standoff. He'll enjoy the game more as it goes along.
Well, he'll enjoy with possession like that. Tim Slatter. Oh, nice ball to Smith. Well, there was a confrontation between the two standoffs. Day onto Banks. Rick Gibbons. Hudson, Hobbs. Featherstone playing a very hard, dour game. Very professional game. Hudson bringing these forwards on. Smith. Oh, and a good ball to Gilbert. Now this man's got some pace. Oh. Well, that was a bad tackle. A very bad tackle from number 11, Paul Rose. No need for that. And 10 minutes in the sin bin, I think, for that for Paul Rose. Yes, and rightly so. No need for that here. Took John Gilbert down in a head tackle.
Oh, well, here we have another record here. This is another first for you. A lovely ball of Terry Hudson to Smith. Just watch Gilbert. He takes the ball wide. Now watch Paul Rose. This is another first. Slip side South Dane O'Hara. Now Paul Rose is coming across now. Is he going in to tackle him, or is he going to chop him in two? Oh, I think he was. And 10 minutes in the sin bin, and that's the first time at Wembley. That is another first.
John Gilbert doesn't quite know where he is.
Well, here we have again here, you know, this is a lovely break by Gilbert. Just watch Paul Rose here. God, not 10 minutes in the sin bin, he could have walked for that.
Yes, and of course he's spelling the sin bin. We'll carry on into the second half. The half-time, 10 minutes, doesn't count. John Gilbert, thankfully, up on his feet. But he looks bad. I think there'll be a problem as to whether this lad will be allowed to continue. He'll obviously want to do. He won't want to come off, but I think wiser counsel might prevail. He doesn't want to go off, but I think his players are trying to help him off. And yes, coach Alan Agar, wiser counsel prevailing, getting his substitute ready, and young 17-year-old there. What a way to come on at Wembley. 17 years of age, youngster Paul Lyman, and that very experienced coach having a word with him. Come on, son, do your best. And another sad exit. Well, he may only be 17 years of age, this boy, Paul Lyman, ex-England Schools Rugby League. But he's a very big lad, well-built lad. And I think if you are 17 years of age, that's how to be pitched into the game. Before you can think where you are, you're suddenly in the game. There's no chance for nerves. 5 or 6 minutes of injury time still to go. Featherstone on the attack. Another try at this stage will be absolutely a blow, a very bad blow to Hull. Rick Gibbons. Hull, of course, down to 12 men. Paul Rose now in the sin bin. Terry Hudson. Hudson again. Hankin. Oh, what a beautiful sidestep from that second row, Hobbs. Well, didn't he just show some pace? Still going. Terry Hudson, Tim Slatter. Mick Gibbons driving in for the post. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another drop kick coming up. Smith. And the sixth tackle. Well, Featherstone side certainly putting pressure on. None more so than that man Peter Smith that moves forward. Yes, he looks bad. No way could John Gilbert continue. And it's Featherstone ball again. Terry Hudson trying to work himself over 2 yards from the Hull line. Hankin, Gibbons, 16 stone driving for that line. Just held up, just held up. And what pressure this Featherstone side are putting on now. Hankin. Oh, he's going over the line, Steve Quinn. Oh. Well, a try-saving tackle from James Lulai. Steve Quinn just held short of that line. Featherstone, of course, using that extra man advantage now, pushing the ball out wide. And another Featherstone ball. Hull keen to get in there. Hankin. Oh, he's going for the line again. Well, the gaps are there, and then they're suddenly being sealed up. Hull have got to hold out. Gibbons. Some solid beef under those blue and white striped jerseys of Featherstone. Hobbs. This man has the pace. Testing time for Hull. They know they can't afford to let another score go by. 3 minutes of injury time gone. Oh, and a nice dummy to Smith. Just couldn't get the ball away. Gary Campbell, good example, clamping that ball in Smith. Oh, good dummy from Terry Hudson. Oh, he's a whisker off. A whisker off. Well, we said that this man could cause problems for Hull. And I think he's lost his boot in the process.
Well, here we have this little Terry Hudson here. Just watch this. He sells more dummies than Paul Daniels. Just watch this fella go here. How far is he off? Who is right on the line and nearly pulled over.
Featherstone, of course, taking the last 3 scrums. 18 played the balls in succession. That's what's given them this pressure. And Hull hooker Keith Bridges will be looking for this one. If that front row need a ball this afternoon, this is the one they need. Still waiting for Terry Hudson to attend to his boots. Now he's ready. David Topless to put it in. No, not happy with it. Referee Whitfield not happy with that scrum. Featherstone, of course, really pushing there. Almost forcing that whole side over the line and foot up. Well, a little bit too eager. A little bit too much mouth, and able Topless to gain 10 yards. So Hull survive. Thomas Gerrits. The trouble with this Hull side, one always gets the feeling that one of these players could suddenly pull a game out of the fire. Lulai. 5 minutes of injury time. Hull edging their way out of their half. Stevie Norton. And offside. Paul Prendeville to kick to touch. Hull will be looking to get some points in this half if they can. They've not got long to go. is the man, Alan Agar, the Featherstone coach. He must be well pleased the way things are going. But Hull on the attack. Trevor Skerritt. And really Hull are doing far too much of this. They're playing into Featherstone's hands. They're driving this ball down the middle. Stone, Skerritt, Crooks coming in ones. I know they're a man short at the moment, but they must let it move about. Norton, Day, and gratefully accepted by fullback Nigel Barker. But offside. Terry Day dropped the ball, but an offside decision against Featherstone keeps Hull on the attack. Trevor Skerritt. Oh, and another one. Well, I don't think I've ever seen this Hull side lose as much ball as this. We talked early on about the whole team looking very composed, lacking nerves, and yet really this has been a very fumbling 40 minutes for them. Steve Hankin, Featherstone with 7 minutes gone of injury time in his first half, will be quite content to hold on to the ball. Oh, and a good break here from Hobbs. He's got Smith with him, he's got Banks with him. But I think he overran himself. Terry Hudson, Peter Smith. To Slatter. Steve Quinn. Oh, well, I think he should have let that ball go. Stevie Quinn may have had a chance. But nevertheless, at 5 points to nil in Featherstone's favour, they must be well pleased with that. And one or two of those Hull players there going in with heads down. And there's one of the men, number 13, Peter Smith. If any man has done enough this afternoon, that man has for Featherstone. And I'm sure with the half-time score at Featherstone 5 and Hull 0, then I'm sure Coach Arthur Bunge is going to have a lot to say to this side. Very few expected that Featherstone will be in this position, but they are, and all credit to them. They've shown a lot of grit, they've shown a lot of power, and that star-studded Hull side, they've really got to pull something out of the bag. Still, they've got 40 minutes to do it, and who knows, it's not yet settled.
More about a Rugby League Cup final in a moment. In the meantime, let's concentrate on soccer, some of the latest scores in a moment. But let's see the presentation now of the First Division Championship trophy at Anfield this afternoon before Liverpool's match against Aston Villa. The commentator is Barry Davis.
And here is the man the crowd are waiting to see. Bob Paisley leads his team out at Anfield for the last time to a tumultuous welcome. The shy, reluctant leader has been persuaded that this is his position on his last day here. He was thinking this morning of remaining in the stand, but the players have persuaded him otherwise, and rightly so.
He was being sent to the sin bin. I think you thought he should have gone off altogether, didn't you?
Without a doubt. What a fella's got to do before he gets sent off. I can't believe this, because it's completely and utterly premeditated. John Gilbert, who's, I reckon, one of the danger men for Featherstone, and I think they really need him, has beaten one man, he's beaten two men. As he comes inside, there's stiff arm, it's high, and it's completely blatant. The fella should have gone.
Alex, you agree?
Well, I agree with that. There's been a big problem this year, David, with about the sin bin. Whether Featherstone have lost one of the best attacking players, and Hull get away with a 10-minute ban. Now, this is a big problem, and I personally think he should have walked. It looked a lot worse seeing it second time than it did the first time round.
I mean, Keith used the word there, premeditated. It's difficult to say anything else, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, the arm was there. The arm was there. He had time to withdraw. He was well beaten.
He's a big lad, this Paul Rose, you know. He's 16 stone 3, and I think John Gilbert would feel that. I'm just a little bit concerned now whether a little bit of needling will creep in, or whether Robin Whitfield should have sent him off. I personally think he should have sent him off.
Now, Robin Whitfield knows the game well. He's an ex-player, isn't he?
he has no excuses, and he saw the incident and he was very close to the incident. I don't think he had any problem in making the right decision. But people, because it's Wembley, get a little bit frightened, and I think the men should do their job, and I think he should have walked.
Becoming a little bit of a difficult match to referee, Keith.
Yes, well, I think the referee's done very well up to that incident. And the game itself was fairly easy to referee, but that incident now has made it that much harder. The temper's afraid.
Now, Hull, I took one or two quotes from you where you said flat-footed, not much method about them, and so on, and yet they came here as favourites. So many experienced players, Alex.
Yes, and I've tipped him again, so that's the kiss of death for the start. But I would say the method of which they're playing is surprising me, because they've got people like Lulai and Stevie Norton and Topless. Now, I'd have been a little bit concerned, Arthur Bunting, putting David Topless at scrum half. I would have brought him out, left him at standoff. Anybody can play scrum half the way these scrummages are going. And I would have put Terry Day to scrum half and leave Topless where he's more dangerous. They've got to get the ball out to the flanks. I personally still think they'll win.
Well, they're 5-0 down, and Keith, that was a well-worked try, the first one. It was a set piece, wasn't it? Clearly rehearsed, and Hull fell for it. Let's just see what happened.
Well, Harbours has scored 16 tries this season, and obviously many of them must have come from this set play. So dummy open, Harbours is lurking on the blind side and deep. Lulai, there you can see, misses the tackle, and Harbours goes in the corner. It's a good try, and the try Featherstone needed.
It's a try, obviously, they've rehearsed, Alec, and worked.
Well, Terry Hudson is an expert, isn't he, at just holding the ball that split second. And this David Hobbs is a big lad. And you see, he ran wide out where I think Hull are very vulnerable. Keith Bridges, if you notice, was having a smoke on the far side again. He was stood there. Just watch where the two slowest forwards here, you'll see one is Keith Bridges. He flattens Lulai, he just knocks him off as though he's not there. But just look who's covering across. There he is, Keith Bridges. Normally, see, just having a 5 minutes there, Keith, and got caught out. Well used, I think. Alan Agar has looked at this on the video and said, this is where we can do him.
Question to both of you. Needle, you've both mentioned out there. The two captains had a bit of a dust-up off the ball, didn't they, Keith?
Yes, they do. Well, I'm surprised that Dave Topless has not had closer attention in the game. He seems to be staying out of trouble until that particular incident when... see, Terry Hudson's playing very, very well indeed, and I think he's, with Topless coming to the scrum-half position, he's actually got his hands on him.
Did you get a good view of that, Alex?
We did, and I said before the game that there would be people knocked down. That was a little bit of a dust-up, and David got a busted nose. I'll have letters in next week saying, you know, I shouldn't say that, but it was tit for tat, and probably David got a little bit more tit than tat, you know, it's just one of them things.
Anyway, you've said Hull will win.
I'm sticking to it. I think they'll just go enough pace to do it.
Keith?
I think if they score early on, the last 10 minutes will tell and Hull will come through.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, now we'll go outside where the combined bands of the Grenadier and Coldstream Guards are entertaining the crowd, and you can join in the entertainment.
Determinedly, and Featherstone walking, but they look the more confident, they look the more assured. Many experienced campaigners have been known to freeze when they go out on this Wembley pitch, but I don't think many of the fans expected the entire Hull team to do so. Who knows, perhaps the pressure of being so top favourites has got through to them. But we must remember that last year they were 6 points down after 10 minutes against Widnes. So even though this Featherstone side are 5-0 up, this game could go either way. Featherstone, of course, been a very professional first 40 minutes from them. Not been spectacular, but they've held possession in long stretches. They took their one chance for that Hobbs try. Quinn tacked that goal on at 5-0. And skipper Terry Hudson must be delighted, Alec.
Well, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in the whole dressing room. I bet Arthur Brunton's not half get ripped into him. And rightly so, because I think they've played very lethargic. I think they've not supported the man. And really, they deserve to be more points down than they was. I think Paul Rose, he'll be back in a couple of minutes and could have spent all the game on the sidelines. But surely Featherstone deserve to be in front and are doing more with the ball when they've got it.
Featherstone then quite content with the 5-0 lead, but it's not over yet. 40 minutes to go. This Featherstone crowd, only 10,000 of them came down out of a 14,000 population. And my word, they've made a cheer as if 100,000 came down. They've certainly silenced the 30,000 Hull fans who have been cheering long before we kicked off. Referee Whitfield just waiting for the band of the Grenadier Guards to go off. And I think Hull really have got to move this ball about, get it to the pace, get it to the speed. Robin Whitfield to kick off. Hull kick that ball deep. Featherstone bringing it away. And a huge roar setting up now from this Hull contingent. They know that Hull have got to get into this game in this early quarter in this first half. Oof. Well, there's a different tackling. Number 15, Crane, coming on for Terry Day. Good footballer, this man, Crane. Whoops. Already, I think we see a different metal about this whole side. Number 15, Mick Crane, already into the fray. And a little bit too much into it. And the scrum down. And it's interesting, an interesting move here, yes. I think, as we were saying, Hull coach Arthur Bunting has moved number 15, a forward substitute, Mick Crane, to scrum half. But he's a very, very good footballer. And I think he's the man to give Terry Hudson a knocking about. By putting this man at scrum half, it enables Topless at 6 to go back to his stand-off position. 2 yards from his Featherstone line. Oh, he's lost it. Well, he's given a try. Oh, penalty try. Yes, he held him back. Well, how often do we see those at Wembley? I've certainly never seen one. And what controversy has referee Robin Whitfield brought about there?
Well, this is good thinking, and this is another first, by the way. Charlie Stone, the old war horse, and I personally think that was the right decision by Robin Whitfield. He was definitely impeded by the Featherstone player, David Hobbs, and that is the right decision. That is a try, obstruction try.
Well, it's an obstruction try, but I think there's going to be a lot of talk about that for as long as Wembley continues to house the Rugby League Cup final. I think what we've got to look at it, Alan Agar certainly doesn't like it. Nevertheless, it's a kick for Lee Crooks, immediately in front of the post. And he gets it. So we're all square, and just look at those 30,000 Hull fans. They go up in the air as that man Crooks makes it all square.
Well, could this change the game? Just watch Charlie Stone. This is good thinking. Looked as though he was going to play it back, but he didn't, and he was held, and that is the right decision. definitely that is the right decision by Robbie Whitfield, right on the spot, and that is a good try.
Well, it's an interesting decision, and it brings Hull back in the game at 5 points each. I think the interesting thing about it, Alec, is, you know, for an obstruction try, you must be certain to score. It looked a bit doubtful to me.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about whether he would have scored or not. I think he would have scored very comfortably, but for me, that was the right decision. I think Hull are very fortunate to be back at 5-5, but you need luck to win cups.
Well, you certainly do need luck. And that could change the whole course of the game. Just look at the confidence now, oozing in this Hull side. Gary Campbell bringing it away. Mick Crane. Hull fans now roaring their side on. Seems a new life in this side. Crane. And I think this substitution of Mick Crane for Terry Day could be a timely one. He's an excellent ball distributor. Topless. Oh, and a good ball to Campbell. This is more like the Hull side now. They're running. I think coach Arthur Bunting has told them to stretch this Featherstone cover. Hull, of course, now have the substitute back on the field. Paul Rose from the sin bin. There's Paul Rose back into the fray. Steve Hankin. Another Featherstone man injured. Could be a touch of cramp. One thing about this lush turf at Wembley, it certainly drains the legs. Again, I don't think he'll want to go off. Very few players like to leave this field. He's back. Scrum down. Terry Hudson to put the ball in for Featherstone. Oh. Well, another example of foot up. I think both these two hookers, they're very old, experienced men, long campaigners, and they know that each one of them is trying to steal an advantage on the other. Steve Quinn again to kick his side out of trouble. The atmosphere here now like a bubbling cauldron. Both fans now know that this is the crucial time in the game. 5 points each. This game hovering, can go either way. Hudson. Oh, a good long ball to Smith. Hankin. Alan Banks. David Topless, the Hull skipper, looking after Banks. Hudson again. Ever a man's playing his heart out, this scrum half is. Huddersfield almost signed him for only £1,000 at the beginning of the season, and here he is at Wembley. I think about the only man on Humber's side who will be pleased at the moment with this score, 5 each, is the fish merchant who offered a pound of best salmon for every point that Hull scored. Penalty for dummying. Penalty to Mick Crane for dummying, not putting the ball into the scrum. He certainly gets some height into that ball, this Quinn. Seen very little running from these Featherstone backs, but we've seen plenty of attacking, kicking from Quinn. Featherstone pursuing this policy of driving in with the forwards, driving in with 8 and 10, then using Hudson. Oh, and a good dummy. Just just edging over that 10-yard line. Hudson, Smith, Hankin again. Oh, but a good tackle from his opposite number there, Charlie Stone. Hudson, Hobbs, still go. Well, it was a very bad pass. He was around Peter Smith's ankles, but I think he knows that if he'd taken that ball, he had an open line. Nevertheless, it still keeps the pressure on Hull. 10 to 12 yards from that line. Mick Crane to put the ball in. Tim Slatter. Oh, 2 yards now from this Hull line. Featherstone monopolising these scrums. Hudson. A dummy to Smith. Hudson again, he seems to be in at everything. But this Hull defence holding out. Oh, and a good run to Hobbs. Oh! What a forward pass. Hobbs caught his head on the floor, but my word, there was another certain try if only that pass had been given properly.
Well, I don't think they can say that Featherstone's having the best of luck, isn't it? A lovely little ball from Terry Hudson, and this David Hobbs, he's having a blinder. There's no doubt about it. Bounce forward, and I think that's the decision.
And this is the area of the game where Featherstone are on top. They're monopolising these scrums. 7 scrums to 4 now. And I think one problem that Mick Crane is having, and that is how to feed the ball into the scrum. He's more used to being a loose forward and helping the ball out. But he's got it this time. Oh, and a good ball to Topless. To Campbell. Evans. Well, that's more like the ambitious player that we know from Hull. If Hull are allowed to get these backs going, they've certainly got the pace. 10 minutes gone still, anybody's game, 5 points each. David Topless. Hull back in the game with that controversial obstruction try. Crane looking for Rose. Oh, what a good tackle from his opposite number, David Hobbs. Mick Crane again. Interesting to see this number 15 substitute, Mick Crane, coming as the first receiver all the time now. He's doing the ball work for Hull. And a good spell of play from Hull forwards, Alec.
Well, obviously, Hull are back in the game, and they're playing the ball a lot quicker. I still believe that they've got to move this ball out wide. Featherstone, maybe the pace is telling a little bit. Maybe they're feeling that little bit of the Wembley turf. It does get to you after about 50 or 60 minutes. But the next score will be very important.
And another scrum to Featherstone. Hull just can't get this ball from these scrums. Steve Hankin. And there's one man, that number 10. Many thought that Featherstone would have trouble in getting possession, but no, they're getting it back. Hobbs. Hudson. It's very warm out there at the moment. We had heavy rain this morning, but the atmosphere is very clammy down there in that stadium, and it could sap energy. David Hobbs again. Here's a good break. Oh, it's out to Banks. But a knock on again. Well, how many times in the last 5 minutes have we seen this Featherstone side seemingly going clear, only to be pulled back? That youngster Alan Banks, he's had a good solid game to date, and Hull, I'm sure, must be wondering, when are we going to take a scrum? Well, at least they get possession. Foot up against Featherstone hooker Hanscom should allow Hull to put the ball deep into their half, to the Featherstone half. I think one of the problems for Hull has been, Alan, that they've had little continuity of play. They've not had the ball for long stretches.
Well, obviously they've not had it for any period of time, but now is the time, because I do believe that Featherstone are just beginning to crack, and they've got to use this ball, but all have got to support the man with the ball, because they're just still coming in ones, and like Trevor Skerritt, you see there's a man there, he's holding the ball, and nobody's supporting him.
Just inside that Featherstone 25. Stone. Mick Crane again at first receiver. He's doing the ball work. Oh, and a good pass to Rose, to Lulai. This is the man looking over the line, and he's there. Well, we said that this whole side had scoured the world for their stars, and this man, James Lulai, all the way from Auckland, he pulled them out of the fire in the semi-final, and my word, he's pulled Hull out of the fire again. 8 points to 5 in Hull's favour.
Well, here we have it now. When I said this is what they've got to do, they've got to support the man. But just look at Mick Crane here. He has a big part in this. There's a lovely ball to Paul Rose, and Paul Rose runs very well onto it. But Lulai, who's very strong in the tackle, whips round two men and flies under the sticks, and they're back in the driving seat. I think the floodgates will open.
James Lulai, Hull number 4. Brilliant try in the semi-final, another try now in the final. Well worth that effort all the way from New Zealand a couple of seasons ago. And it'll be interesting to see if this Hull side now, given the confidence, can produce the rugby that we know of. Luke Crooks receiving further attention. Kick immediately in front of the post. This kick successful should give Hull a clear 5 points lead, and it does, no problems with that. So Hull go into a 10 points to 5 lead.
Well, here we have it again, Keith Bridges, but just watch this. Number 15, a substitution, and this is what they do well at Hull. Mick Crane holds the ball, Paul Rose runs through the gap, James Lulai in support for the first time during the game, maybe the first ball, but what a try, and a very important try that is.
It's a very, very important try, and one that, who knows, should give Hull that confidence. But there's certainly a lot of character, a lot of fire in this Featherstone side. They're not known as the Colliers for nothing, these men. Oh, look at that tackle. Good tackle from number 9, Ray Hanscom on Gary Kemble. Mick Crane moving the ball now. And there's an eagerness about Hull's play. Crane again. Scare Rose. This is the danger period for Featherstone now. I think the skipper, Terry Hudson, knows they're going to have to keep themselves in the game in this next 5 minutes. The speed of this Hull side could take them away. Mick Crane again. And how the game has changed since this number 15 came on. What a masterly substitution by coach Arthur Bunting. Arthur Bunting must be well pleased with that substitution of Mick Crane. Many fans must have wondered why take a back off, but it's paying off. Hull ball. And I think one of the differences is there that at the base of the scrum, Mick Crane, he has the strength, he has the size to keep Terry Hudson in check. David Topless. It looked to me like a bit of overzealousness of the knees as Featherstone came into that tackle. And 10 minutes in the sin bin. So Terry Hudson, the second man to go into the sin bin, is number 7, and I'm certain that Featherstone will miss him. This is a crucial period for Featherstone, and will be even more so with only 12 men.
Well, we're having all kinds of records here. There's been a little bit of needle between these two. Just watch Terry Hudson here. The referee says he just might have let the boot slip in, but just watch it, and he does. And rightly so, he's got 10 minutes in the sin bin, and that could be very costly.
Another kick. Lee Crooks already kicked 2. Oh yes, and isn't he striking that ball well now? He had some nerves early on in that first half, but he's putting them over now. And that whole contingent travelled from Humberside on special trains and coaches this morning. They'll be pleased with that kick from young Crooks there. Featherstone knowing that 7-point gap is opening up now. They've got to hang on here. Welsh Rugby League player, signed from the Valleys a few years ago. Trevor Skerritt, another one on the Welsh side. Oh, and they're running onto the ball now. That's the difference this half to the first half. Full forwards are coming in ones. Now they're backing each other up. Steve Norton. Charlie Stone. Credit to those Featherstone men. They're still coming into the tackles. Topless. Oh, a good ball to Rose. But an equally good tackle from number 11, David Hobbs. Topless. Oh, Norton looking for the gap. But he's lost it. Well spotted by Robin Whitfield there. Alan Agar, he looks concerned, and he must be concerned now. He knows this game could be going away from his side. Oh, and another good ball to Featherstone. Winger John Marsden in faster for that ball. There's some good hard tackling going in here, Alec.
Well, there's some very good hard tackling, but I'm just looking at 1 or 2 of the Featherstone players. Are we at the point of no return? 60 minutes gone, and I think this is where the crucial period is. Are they going to miss that little bit of extra pace? Because they all seem to be ticking over nicely now, and they're running into the gaps and doing everything right.
Featherstone, of course, still without the skipper, Terry Hudson, down to 12 men, so they will want to retain possession and play out all of these 6 tackles. Oh, and a good break here. He's going for that line. Oh, but a good tackle from Gary Campbell. Holds the last line of defence, put him down. Tim Slatter. And let's give due credit to this Featherstone side. They've only 12 men, they're trailing by 7 points. And here are these 12 heroes from that mining village in the West Riding, taking the mighty Hull all the way. Keith Bridges, Hull hooker, not happy, can't get himself down. Mick Crane to put the ball in. John Marsden, very, very quick away there, coming from the wing spot. Mick Gibbons. David Hobbs driving for the line. Oh. Peter Smith, Marsden. Oh, he's a very... Peter Smith again. Well, we saw Marsden there. He's a very dangerous customer when he comes in midfield. He's in the scrum half spot now. Mick Gibbons. Oh, we've got a couple more tackles to ride out on this line. Marsden again. Oh, and a good ball here to Nigel Barker. He's got... Oh! Well, it was a bad miss by Ken Kellett. He's had few opportunities, but that was a chance. And I think he knows it. You can't miss chances like that. Alan Agar warming up the substitute, Gary Siddle. Not retiring, scrum half, Mick Crane, not retiring behind the scrum when the ball comes out. So another differential penalty, keeps the pressure. And how have this Featherstone side risen to the occasion? They're coming back again. Alan Banks on a good ball to Slatter. What a fine game as this lad had. Many wondered why coach Alan Agar had brought him in the side, but all credit, he's given due reward, but he's lost it. No penalty. Well, stealing the ball, obviously coach to steal the ball, but nevertheless, Robin Whitfield must have shouted hell. And here's an interesting move. I think many of the fans, and particularly the Featherstone fans, are booing because they wanted Featherstone to run the ball, but Steve Quinn, I think rightly so, there's a lot of time left to play for. Only 24 minutes gone, and he's going for goal. If he can get 2 points, that brings Featherstone a little bit nearer.
Well, this is a very sensible decision by Steve Quinn, because this is a very important kick, and one wonders what would have happened if Terry Hudson had been on this field with the amount of pressure they've been putting on the whole line, because they really threw the gauntlet down to ball and said, well, we're not giving up without a fight, and if he kicks this, they're back in again.
And this man, Steve Quinn, very careful of kicking these goals. Already got one to his credit in this match. 95 to his tally for the season. And he'll be hoping this 96th will go over. Oh, it's a nice one, yes. And it's 2 points. So that's fresh life to those Featherstone players and fans. And a sensible decision. Well, a minute ago they were booing, now they're cheering. How fortune favours the brave, I think, for Quinn. And of course, that just opens up that 5-point gap, and a try and a goal can bring them back. 15 minutes to go. And still the 1983 States Express Challenge Cup to be decided. Nigel Barker, this Featherstone full-back, not had a lot to do, but when this tall, striding full-back has come in, he's done his job. Featherstone, of course, will be waiting and hoping for Terry Hudson to come back from that sin bin. I'm sure there'll be a big roar when he comes back. And offside. Steve Quinn again to kick. Oh, and a good long kick. Fully 35-yard kick there from Steve Quinn. Puts Featherstone back on the attack. And that man must be like a horse chafing at the bit there, Terry Hudson. How keen he must be to get back on the field. And as soon as this Featherstone side loop down and out, they're coming back and they're putting a good game together. Featherstone, of course, a mining village, renowned for producing talents and rugby league players. Most teams in Yorkshire are sprinkled with a couple of ex-Featherstone players. Gibbons looking to Marsden. Oh, a good ball to Smith. Hobbs. Oh, he's gone round Prenderville. Oh. Well, once again, I think David Hobbs will regret coming back inside there. He had his wingman, Steve Quinn, outside him. Trevor Skerritt and Featherstone now back to 13 men. Terry Hudson now back on the field. Oh, and a good tackle by Peter Smith there on top lane. What a fine defensive game this loose forward for Featherstone has had. Steve Norton. Been an interesting duel between these two. Stone. Sixth tackle coming up. Lee Crooks. Scrum down. Terry Hudson now back into the fray. He'll be looking for more possession. And Gary Siddle coming on. A last-ditch effort by Alan Agar. Gary Siddle for youngster Tim Slatter. Well, what a fine game that man's had, and might well he shake his hand. He's had a fine game. He's played his coach proud. Doesn't he look tired? Don't they all look tired? So Terry Hudson to put the ball in. Oh, good pushing from Hull. Stopped Hudson from getting that ball. A bit of old head there. Trevor Skerritt saw that Featherstone had hooked that ball, immediately swung his leg round. Well, Keith Bridges looks like he was sat on an armchair in that scrum. Ten minutes to go. Hull still clinging to this lead. 12 points to 7. Looking to add the Challenge Cup to the Championship trophy, but it's not there yet. Gary Siddle's first touch of the ball. On a good pass. Alan Banks. Marsden. Well, nice spell of play from Featherstone, Alec.
I'm just wondering, Ray, what a difference John Gilbert might have made it to this side, because he relies on the little extra pace. They're lacking it at the moment, but they're really giving Hull one hell of a fight here.
Oh, good tackling there from Dane O'Hara. He spotted the overlap, came in and took the centre out. And the sixth tackle. Well, Arthur Bunting knows he's not home and dry yet. Biting his nails. 9 minutes to go, he knows. Scrums very much in Featherstone's favour, almost 2-1, monopoly of possession. And another one. Alan Banks looking for support, but another good tackle from Gary Kemble. How well he's tackled at full-back. Barker, Marsden. Featherstone piling the pressure on now. Steve Hankin. Gary Siddle, Hankin again. Oh, and a good ball to Hobbs. Oh, he's going for the line, and he's over. Well, just when we thought Featherstone were down, there's that man Hobbs again. He strolled through the whole defence. 12 points to 10. A second try, and they're back in the game.
Well, would you believe it possible? Down and out, but not counted out. Just watch this. Allen, Terry Hudson, Hobbs, here he comes. I think this fella, I don't know who'll win the Lance Todd, but I'll tell you what, this Hobbs has got to be near it. He absolutely powers through here. Takes the ball again off Hankin. This is an absolute superb try. And if you just watch who he runs to, Keith Bridges way out there. Hasn't this lad got some pace? Get out me road, son. I'm going for that winner's medal. And doesn't he do that? Good try.
Yes, and for a 21-year-old, he can be proud of those 2 tries. He's 18th of the season. He took his chance, he took his opportunity. And Featherstone now seemingly dead, now back in the game. And everything hinges on this goal kick. Steve Quinn taking his time with this kick. It's the sort of kick that kicker of Quinn's experience would normally put over. But in this huge din that's all around him, one never knows. Oh. Well, the ball fell over. Amazing how often these things seem to happen. It works to a crescendo, the crowd were roaring, and an anticlimax. Alan Agar looks a little happier. I wonder what he's drinking there. And what pressure on this lad. How right he was to take that penalty early on now. If he kicks this. And he's got it. Oh, yes. He's kicked it. What a goal. 6 minutes to go. 12 points on, and just look at those Featherstone fans.
Well, do we have a ball game now? Just look at this. Steve Hankin here. A lovely ball out of here to David Hobbs. Look at Keith Bridges. Get out of the road, son. We have a ball game here, and that deserves a try, and he'll win the Lance Todd, that kid.
All square. 6 minutes to play. Could we have any finer end to this Challenge Cup? Last year we went to a replay at Ellen Road with Hull and Widnes, and who knows, we could go to another replay at Ellen Road next Wednesday night. But I'm sure in these next 5 minutes we could see 1 or 2 drop goals. Featherstone bringing it away now in the forwards. Steve Hankin, it's amazing what a few points do. It puts life in them. 5 minutes to go, and none worked harder than that man, Terry Hudson. Alan Agar can hardly control himself, I think. And the 6th tackle. Well, Arthur Bunting looks calmer than me. Obviously, Featherstone, Terry Hudson to put the ball in. Possession now in these closing stages, vital. Any side who can string together 6-play the balls can get near those poles for that vital drop goal attempt, and it's Featherstone ball. Terry Hudson still to put that ball in. Well, another foot up. Well, surely to goodness Keith Bridges can't get away with that. That's about the 4th time he's been penalised for foot up. But he's eager to get the ball. He knows the side that has it. They can't be beaten. And there's one man who's done more than anybody, number 11, David Hobbs, the Lance Todd Trophy winner, the man of the match with those 2 tries. And it's Featherstone on attack. And who knows, we've never had a hat-trick at Wembley. We've had many an occasion with 2 tries, and I'm sure that youngster Hobbs will be going for 1. This 85,000 crowd roaring round now. 3 minutes to go. Featherstone, I'm sure, will drive towards these posts with a couple of their forwards. That's what they're doing. They'll be going for a drop goal. Here's the attempt, and it's Hobbs himself. And has he got it? No goal, no goal. The Featherstone crowd are in the air. But no goal.
Well, would you believe this, Popple? Can you curse your luck? This is for hitting a Hull player. I personally do not think that hit anybody, and they can count themselves unlucky not to win this cup with that kick.
Well, what a dramatic close to this game. Here's the man again. Who knows what he can do? 2 minutes to go, and Featherstone applying the same tactics. driving to those posts, absorbing 2 or 3 tackles. And here could be a dramatic penalty. The touch judge obviously seen something, Mr. Reid, and a penalty, yes. A penalty for butting. Oh yes, obviously a nasty knock. Well spotted by the touch judge. Peter Smith, he's worked hard, he's played hard. But it's surprising what that magic sponge can do. And I don't think he'll feel those bumps and bruises if this goal goes over. Peter Smith's all right. And 1 minute to go. 1 goal from glory for Featherstone. Steve Quinn has already kicked 3. But there comes a time in a goal kicker's life when 1 counts, and I'm sure this will be the one in Quinn's life. Seconds ticking away. The Challenge Cup to be settled here. And it is! It is! It is! And that man, Steve Quinn, look at those fans leap into the air, the underdogs. Oh, credit to that coach, Alan Agar. He knows that Hull have got to do something miraculous to pull the game out of the fire. Minutes gone, now into injury time. Featherstone clinging to that 2 points lead, and I don't think this ball will go any further than the forwards. Oh. Well, it does, it's taken by the fullback, Nigel Barker. And we said that Hull, many said Hull couldn't be beaten. The bookmakers stopped taking bets. But here's the team that's more than likely done it, Featherstone Rovers. These Featherstone forwards will cling to that ball and play out these 6 tackles. They know there's little Hull can do as long as they have possession. Seconds are ticking away, time's ticking away. Peter Smith. They did it in 1967 when they shot Barrow. They did it in 73 when they shot Bradford. And in a minute of injury time now, could they do the shock of all shocks by beating Hull? And this has been one of the keys to coach Alan Agar's success, scrum possession. Stopping the clock. Referee Robin Whitfield stopping the clock. He wants attention to the Hull player. Trevor Skerritt. Obviously trouble with his right knee. And so Hull came here looking for their first ever win at Wembley, still looking for it. Mick Crane, David Topless, and I'm sure these blue and white jerseys will tackle their hearts out to Featherstone. Mick Crane, oh, that's a good kick. James Lulai's going for the ball. Oh, but a beautiful fall by Stevie Quinn. And that gives Featherstone 6 tackles. And look who's up there, fullback Nigel Barker. He's giving 1 or 2 of those forwards a rest. But I don't think they need it. Mick Gibbons. Featherstone quite content to play out to that final hooter. Peter Smith. Hull must be desperate to get hold of this ball. Terry Hudson, he had a spell off for 10 minutes in the sin bin when Featherstone were looking rocky. But how has he brought them back in the game? 3 minutes of injury time now. And there is the hooter. Well, one of the greatest turn-ups of all time in rugby league history. Just look at that, coach. He's in tears, is Alan Agar. The little mining village from the West Riding of Yorkshire has defeated the might of Humberside. And congratulations to that lad. Nobody said he could do it, and he has. And it took 2 tries by David Hobbs, 4 goals by Stevie Quinn to do it. And all credit to Featherstone. They were down and they were out. They were losing this game 12-7 at one time. And it was that man Hobbs, Lance Todd Trophy winner, who brought them back into the game. He'll be the toast of Featherstone tonight. His running, his tackling and his passing. Tremendous match for that boy. And so Featherstone, every time they seem to come to Wembley, nobody gives them a chance, and here they are again. Hull looking on disconsolately. I'm sure they know that they've not played to their full potential. But there's one man who has played to his potential, Terry Hudson. Almost sold for £1,000 at the beginning of the season, that boy. And now here he is, about to go up for the Challenge Cup from Lord Gormley. All credit to this side. They're a homespun side. 10 of them are all locals, living in and around Featherstone. Many of their family in the crowd, husbands, wives, fathers, mothers. Very much a community spirit in this team. And whenever they come to Wembley, it seems to come out. They must be eager to get up there, receive this cup. Terry Hudson, the skipper, to take them there. Might well they hold their arms aloft. They fully deserved it. They played with true character, they played with grit. Many wrote them off. Shaking hands with the fans. They'll know each other. Many of these players live in Featherstone, born in Featherstone, and work in the mines in Featherstone. And I'm sure that when Terry Hudson goes up for this cup, there's going to be a little beating in the heart of Lord Joe Gormley. He knows that many of his ex-miners are there. And I don't know who looks the more pleased, Joe Gormley or Terry Hudson. I think two of the proudest men, and Bob Ashby there, the club chairman, must be one of the proudest men at Wembley. And that medal. And it's there. And all Featherstone leap in the air. They've done it again. They've defeated the favourites. The might of Humberside goes under to Featherstone. Peter Smith dons the supporters' cap. They'll be rejoicing tonight. Steve Hankin, what a fine tackling, grafting game he's had. John Marsin looking a bit like an Arabian sheik going down there. And Stevie Quinn, the man who got that goal. Ray Hanscom, possession invaluable. And David Hobbs, the Lance Todd winner, the man of the match. Nigel Barker. And he proudly shows that medal aloft. And Gary Siddle. And I don't think there's anybody going to get that cup off Terry Hudson. And Hull, well, they're still searching for that first win at Wembley. But let's not take anything away from them. Their supporters, strangely quiet for them, but let's appreciate their sportsmanship. Applauding both teams back onto the field. Gary Kemble, Trevor Skerritt worked hard. Paul Prendeville and Paul Rose Steve Norton tried his best. Lee Crooks found his kicking boots for the second half. And Charlie Stone. And Kevin Harkin thankfully recovered from that heavy knock in the first half. Mick Crane, the substitute, seemed to turn the game in the first 20 minutes of the first half. And referee Robin Whitfield. Well, we've had a controversial final. It's a final that will be talked about for years to come, with a couple of those incidents. But I don't think that Featherstone team are bothered. They've got the cup. That's their only concern. And it's nice to see that their first concern is for Alan Agar. He took over this team after they'd just been beaten by my colleague Alec Murphy's team, 45 points to 0 in November. The club were down, the club were out. He was appointed coach, and what a transformation.